Super Mario Maker is within the top 10 selling Wii U games. It has sold almost 4 million copies in the US. With the release of the Nintendo Switch, I expect there to be a Super Mario Maker 2 or some sort of Mario Maker port on the way. There are many additions Nintendo could add to the game, and today we'll focus on enemies. I'm Darby from Blue Television Games, and this is 5 enemies we want in Super Mario Maker 2. Number 1. Boomerang Bros. Boomerang Bros are a lot like Hammer Bros, but instead of a trusty hammer, they rely on a boomerang to hurl at Mario. Their attack pattern is unique because once their weapon is thrown, it will rebound back to them. They first appeared in Super Mario Bros. 3. They have also showed their faces in multiple other Mario games, such as New Super Mario Bros. U. You can find them in the level Bouncy Cloud Boomerangs in the 7th world called Boomerang Clouds. Boomerang Bros could be made by shaking a Hammer Bro, and adding wings could even make the boomerangs faster, or maybe even make them throw a more difficult pattern to dodge. If you put them in a cloud, maybe they could throw their boomerangs in downward angles. Number 2. Pokies. Pokies are cactus-looking enemies that originally appeared in the US version of Super Mario Bros. 2, and later showed up in other games. They are passive enemies that are more of an obstacle than a threat. One considerable reason to add them would be for Yoshi. There is something so satisfying about eating the different segments of their body with them. I could see some creative levels using Yoshi and Pokies in Mario Maker 2 using this mechanic. One cool feature may be for each time you shake a Pokie, it gets a new segment. They could make the minimum 3 and the max 5 or more. Number 3. Mecha Koopas. The Mecha Koopa is a miniature wind-up version of Bowser. They first appeared in Super Mario World in the final castle. In this version, they could be stunned temporarily after jumping on them. Mario can also kick them around, pick them up, and throw them. A spin jump would defeat them instantly. Mecha Koopas have also showed up in a few other Mario titles, including New Super Mario Bros. U. The shakeable versions of this enemy could be red and green, and just like Koopa Troopas, the red ones could stay on platforms and the green ones could walk off. Wings could make them faster, or maybe even give them a slight flight pattern. Maybe dragging a Mecha Koopa onto Bowser could cause him to throw them at Mario like in the final battle of Super Mario World. Number 4. Charging Chucks. Charging Chucks first debuted in Super Mario World. They are one of the tougher to defeat enemies in that game. Among Super Mario World, they also showed up in Super Mario 3D World as well. Shaking this enemy could give you lots of possibilities, as there are 8 variations of Charging Chuck from past games. Lookout Chuck, which is the basic version that always charges at Mario. Digging Chuck, who slings boulders as weapons. Passin' Chuck prefers footballs as his attack method. Clappin' Chuck seems harmless, but will jump as Mario jumps to trip the player up. Splittin' Chuck, who can go from 1 problem to 3 problems. Confused Chuck will throw endless amounts of baseballs at Mario. Bouncin' Chuck, who bounces around spastically, making a tricky obstacle. And finally, Whistlin' Chuck, who will use his whistle to wake up and also call for backup. Number 5. Shy Guys. Shy Guys, like Pokies, also first appeared in Super Mario Bros. 2, the US version. They've also appeared in some of the Super Mario spin-off games like Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Woolly World, and even Mario Kart. Since their normal form is pretty easy to dodge, maybe shaking the Shy Guys could bring out some of his other forms. Sniffits are Shy Guys with a different mass type. They shoot out bullets somewhat like cannons. Autobombs could be another interesting enemy for Super Mario Maker. These put Shy Guys on a cart with a cannon that shoots fireballs. These carts can also be used to travel over hazards. Could be cool to get over a spike pit or a bed of munchers. Adding wings to a Shy Guy could make it become a Bezo. These dive bombing enemies would make for some tricky Mario Maker levels. Alright everyone, that will conclude our list for 5 enemies we'd like to see in Super Mario Maker 2. Let me know what enemies you'd like to see added to the game in the comments below. Be sure to share the video with your friends, and if you haven't yet, hit that beautiful subscribe button in the top right of the video. Also to the left, there are some BTG videos I think you might enjoy. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you around.